Welcome all to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 14th of June 2024. Now, coming up to the today's agenda of the day, where we'll be talking about the editorial section, which relates to who are the Satnamis, the Dalit religious community with a history of protest. This particular editorial we are talking about and explained from the Indian Express paper. Then we'll be discussing about some interesting news update and the legal news update of the day. Coming up to the editorial section where we are talking about the Satnamis. So members of the Satnami religious sect set fire to the office of SP and plated the office of district collector with a stone in Baroda Bazaar in central Chhattisgarh over the destruction of a religious site at Amar Cave in the district. Now, what is Satnami Samaj? Satnami Samaj is mainly from Chhattisgarh and parts of Madhya Pradesh, follows the teaching of Guru Ghasidas, an 18th century saint. Their sacred site, Jetkham, near Crore village, Baloda Bazar district, was desecrated. The Satnam Panth community traced their spiritual roots to Guru Ghasidas. Now, early Satnamis of Narnaul. Now, when it comes to the Satnami sect, find its rule earlier dating back before Guru Ghasidas' birth in 1756. The term Satnam literally means true name. The traveler named Birban, influenced by Kabir teaching, started a Satnami group in Narnaul, now in Haryana. According to Mughal historian Kafi Khan, around 4 or 5,000 Satnami families lived in Narnaul and Mewat. In the Satnami belief, rituals and superstitions were rejected, with Kabir being their focal point. They prohibited caste division among believers and promoted compassion for the poor while harboring distrust towards authority and wealth. The community has, however, moved away from the profession over time. Now, what is the revolt against Aurangzeb? So, what we are explaining here is the historical perspective of Satnamis. So, in 1672, Satnamis living in present-day Punjab and Haryana rose in revolt against Aurangzeb's ever-increasing tax demand. A Satnami farmer argued with Mughal foot soldier, gardening his crop, resulting in the soldier injuring him. In retaliation, a group of Satnamis attacked the soldier, nearly killing him. Mughal soldiers captured Satnami rebels, leading to a big revolt. Now, Aurangzeb all but wiped out the community, which would see a rival only in mid-18th century. The revival happened in present-day Uttar Pradesh under Jagjeevan Das and in the present-day Chhattisgarh under Ghasi Das. There are several theories as to sources of Ghasidas' inspiration and spiritual development. This belief led them overcome barriers to entering temples as untouchables. Now, what about the position today? So, when Ghasidas died, he had around 250,000 followers, mostly from the specific scheduled caste. He appointed a succession of gurus to lead the sect after him, beginning with his son Balakdas. Satnamis adopted a system with the guru as the head and village priest, below which remains today. These priests handle weddings, settle dispute, punish wrongdoers, and help manage community affairs as per land. Over the years, many Satnamis developed caste Hindu practices, belief and rituals, and came to see themselves as a part of Hindu religious mainstream. Some started to worship idol of Hindu gods, had claimed to be of Rajput and ever Brahmin lineage. Satnamis are becoming a stronger political presence. Leaders of Satnami community hold influence not only over their members but also over Chhattisgarh, which is the major percentage of population called as 13% of scheduled caste population. Now, coming up to the national news, Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi is the new army chief. The center has announced tonight that Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi will be the next chief of the army staff, succeeding the incumbent General Manoj Pandey. Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi, who currently serves as the Vice Chief of the Army Staff, has extensive operational experience along with the frontiers with China and Pakistan. GAIL to set up India's largest ethane cracker project with rupees 60,000 crore investment in MP. State-run GAIL India said it plans to set up 15,000 KTA ethane cracker project of Ashta, district Sihor in Madhya Pradesh, having a product slate of various ethane derivatives. Now, this project will be around 60,000 crores. MP completes preparation for second Cheetah home, Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav chaired a meeting of the State Wildlife Board, during which it has informed that preparations have been completed at Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, slated to be second home for Cheetah. 3 craters on Mars named for physicist Devendra Lal, towns in UP, Bihar. 3 recently discovered craters on the surface of Mars have been named after renowned cosmic ray physicist late Devendra Lal and the towns of Mursan and Hilsa in northern India. India to host Men's Junior Hockey World Cup in 2025. India will host the FIH Hockey Men's Junior World Cup in December 2025, the International Hockey Federation. This will be the 4th time India will host the Junior Hockey World Cup. IMF approves second review of Sri Lanka's $2.9 billion bailout. The Indian Monetary Fund approved a 48-month $2.9 billion extended arrangement under the Extended Fund Facility to support Sri Lanka's economic policies and reform. One of the key objectives is to get to revenue that exceeds 12% of the GDP. United Nations declare 2025 as the year to focus on quantum advancement. The United Nations has designated 2025 as the International Year of Quantum Science and Technologies. India and UAE forge new path with local currency settlement system. India and UAE have signed a MOU aimed at settling their transaction in their respective local currencies. By using their own currency, the two countries aims to strengthen trade between them, reduce transaction costs, and encourage investments and remittances. Jerry West, all-time great and inspiration for NBA logo, dies. Jerry West, the USA basketball icon, Olympic champion, 3-time Hall of Fame selection, and the inspiration for NBA logo, has passed away at the age of 86. West won gold at 1960 Summer Olympics and the following year joined the Lakers, where he spent his entire pro playing career. Coming up to the legal update, Madras High Court directs state to prescribe special norms for transgender person in employment and education avenues. So this particular very revolutionary legal update coming from the Madras High Court, which has directed the state government to prescribe separate norms for transgender person in employment and education avenues. The court added that transgender persons should not be clubbed under male or female categories and should instead be treated as special category, and other special categories norms should be extended to them. Justice Bhavani Subramanian remarked that state government was confused about how to classify transgender person, which adds to confusion by categorizing them either as male or female. Clause of amicable resolution cannot prevent invocation of arbitration after sincere efforts at settlement. So Delhi High Court bench of Justice Dinesh Kumar Sharma has held that the clause of amicable resolution in the arbitration agreement cannot be read as preventing the parties from invoking the arbitration if the parties have sincerely tried to resolve the dispute amicably. It held that literal compliance with such provision may be counterproductive. Now, NEET UG 2024, grace marks given to 1563 candidates will be cancelled. They will be given retest option sent to the Supreme Court. So it's a very revolutionary judgment and it's a very hot thing in the market where the NEET UG 2024 is in controversy. The center has informed the Supreme Court that grace marks given to the students will be cancelled. Their students will be informed of their new scores and can decide to retake the exam as per their discretion. Advocate Agrawal stated that the panel believed giving compensatory marks to 1563 students due to loss of time created an unfair situation, as only unanswered question had to receive grace marks. That's all for the today's news update. Thank you so much for joining in live. Take care.